The ongoing conflict in Yemen, often dubbed the world's worst humanitarian crisis, has become a tangled web of regional power plays and proxy warfare. The roots of this conflict can be traced back to the Arab Spring in 2011, which saw the ousting of longtime President Ali Abdullah Saleh. This power vacuum led to a struggle for control, with the Houthi movement, a Shia rebel group, seizing the opportunity to take over the capital, Sana'a, in 2014. While the conflict's origins are complex, the involvement of external actors, each with their own agendas, has significantly escalated the violence and suffering. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, fearing the rise of a Shia power on their doorstep, launched a military intervention in 2015 to restore the internationally recognized government. This intervention has led to widespread destruction and a humanitarian catastrophe, with millions of Yemenis facing famine and disease. Among these external actors, Israel has emerged as a significant, albeit often covert, player. Israel's involvement is driven by its strategic interests in countering Iranian influence in the region. The Houthis, backed by Iran, have been seen as a proxy force that could threaten Israel's security, particularly through the potential use of advanced missile technology. While not directly involved in the ground fighting, Israel has shown a keen interest in curtailing the military capabilities of the Houthis, an Iran-backed rebel group that has seized control of large swaths of Yemen, including the capital, Sana'a. The Houthis have used their control to launch missile attacks against Saudi Arabia and have threatened to target Israel as well. This interest has manifested in a series of clandestine operations, primarily airstrikes, targeting key Houthi infrastructure and military assets. These operations are often carried out with precision to avoid civilian casualties, but the complexity of the conflict means that collateral damage is sometimes unavoidable. Among these targets, fuel mixers have emerged as a focal point for Israeli operations. These mixers are essential for the production of solid-fueled missiles, which are more reliable and have a longer shelf life compared to liquid-fueled missiles. By targeting these mixers, Israel aims to disrupt the Houthis' missile production capabilities. These seemingly innocuous pieces of equipment are, in fact, critical components in the production of solid-fueled missiles, a cornerstone of the Houthis' growing arsenal. The Houthis have been able to enhance their missile technology with the help of Iranian expertise, making them a more formidable force in the region. Understanding why Israel is so focused on these fuel mixers requires delving into the intricacies of missile technology, the strategic calculus driving Israeli actions, and the broader implications for the conflict in Yemen and the region as a whole. Israel's actions are part of a larger strategy to counter Iranian influence and ensure its own security. The shadow war in Yemen is a microcosm of the larger geopolitical struggle playing out in the Middle East, with far-reaching consequences for regional stability and global security. In the realm of modern warfare, missiles have become synonymous with long-range precision strikes, capable of delivering devastating payloads with pinpoint accuracy. While the public imagination often conjures images of sleek supersonic projectiles, few pause to consider the intricate engineering and manufacturing processes that underpin these weapons of war. Among the critical components that breathe life into these lethal creations, fuel mixers play an unsung but indispensable role. Fuel mixers are, in essence, the alchemists of missile propulsion, responsible for concocting the potent mixtures that propel these weapons towards their targets. Specifically, these industrial mixers are used to combine the various ingredients of solid rocket fuel, a highly energetic material that, when ignited, rapidly combusts to generate thrust. The process involves blending an oxidizer, a fuel, and a binder in precise proportions within the mixer, ensuring a homogeneous mixture that burns consistently and predictably. Israel's laser focus on fuel mixers in Yemen stems from a confluence of strategic concerns, primarily revolving around the geopolitical and security dynamics of the region. Yemen, strategically located at the southern tip of the Arabian Peninsula, serves as a critical juncture for maritime routes and regional influence. The Houthis, a formidable militia group with strong ties to Iran, have been a significant player in the ongoing conflict in Yemen. Their influence and control over key territories have only grown, making them a pivotal force in the region. This relationship with Iran has provided them with advanced weaponry and strategic support, further complicating the security landscape. At the heart of this concern lies the Houthis' burgeoning missile program, which has seen significant advancements in recent years, both in terms of range and accuracy. These missiles are not just theoretical threats, they have been actively tested and deployed, showcasing their potential to reach distant targets with precision. The Houthis have repeatedly demonstrated their willingness to employ these missiles against a range of targets, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and even Israeli-linked shipping in the Red Sea. Each of these attacks serves as a stark reminder of the group's growing capabilities and their readiness to use them. The Red Sea, a vital artery for global shipping, has become a focal point of these missile attacks. The targeting of Israeli-linked vessels underscores the broader strategic implications, threatening not just regional stability, but also international maritime security. These attacks have not only underscored the Houthis' growing military capabilities, but have also highlighted the vulnerability of Israel and its regional allies to such strikes. The increasing sophistication of the Houthis' arsenal means that no target within their range can be considered safe. For Israel, a nation perpetually grappling with existential threats, the prospect of an Iranian-backed militia on its southern border, armed with increasingly sophisticated missiles, is a scenario fraught with danger. This threat necessitates a proactive and strategic response to ensure national security. The targeting of fuel mixers is a tactical move aimed at disrupting the supply chains that enable the Houthis' missile program. By cutting off these critical resources, Israel aims to weaken the Houthis' operational capabilities, thereby reducing the immediate threat to its own security and that of its allies. This strategy is part of a broader effort to stabilize the region and mitigate the influence of hostile forces. Section 4. Precision strikes and the hunt for fuel mixers. Israel's strategy for countering the Houthi missile threat has centered on a campaign of precision strikes, targeting key nodes in the Houthis' weapons production and supply chain. These strikes are meticulously planned and executed, aiming to disrupt the flow of materials and technology that enable the Houthis to manufacture their missiles. By focusing on these critical points, Israel hopes to significantly degrade the Houthis' ability to launch attacks. This campaign has involved a combination of intelligence gathering, covert operations, and most visibly, airstrikes. Intelligence gathering is the backbone of these operations, providing the necessary information to identify and target key nodes. Covert operations, often carried out by special forces, aim to sabotage or gather further intelligence on the ground. Airstrikes, the most visible aspect, deliver the final blow, destroying the identified targets with precision. Fuel mixers, as critical components in the production of solid-fueled missiles, have emerged as prime targets in this ongoing cat-and-mouse game. These machines are essential for creating the propellant that powers the missiles, making them a high-value target. By destroying fuel mixers, Israel aims to cripple the Houthis' missile production capabilities, thereby reducing the threat posed by their missile arsenal. Pinpointing these fuel mixers, however, is no easy feat. The Houthis have become adept at hiding their critical infrastructure using a variety of methods to evade detection. They often move these machines frequently, use decoys, and employ advanced camouflage techniques to blend them into the surrounding environment. This makes the task of locating and targeting them extremely challenging. The Houthis, acutely aware of the threat posed by Israeli airstrikes, have gone to great lengths to camouflage and conceal their weapons production facilities, often dispersing them among civilian populations or burying them underground. This strategy not only makes it harder for Israel to find and target these facilities, but also complicates the decision-making process, as strikes in civilian areas carry significant risks and potential for collateral damage. This has necessitated a sophisticated intelligence-gathering operation on Israel's part, relying on a combination of human intelligence, signals intelligence, and satellite imagery to identify and track these elusive targets. Human intelligence involves agents on the ground who gather first-hand information, while signals intelligence intercepts communications to gain insights into Houthi activities. Satellite imagery provides a bird's-eye view, helping to identify patterns and locate hidden facilities. Together, these methods form a comprehensive approach to countering the Houthi missile threat. Section 5. The Anatomy of a Fuel Mixer, Engineering for Destruction. Understanding the technical intricacies of fuel mixers is crucial for comprehending both the challenges and opportunities inherent in targeting these pieces of equipment. While seemingly mundane industrial machinery, fuel mixers designed for missile propellant production often exhibit specific characteristics that distinguish them from their civilian counterparts. These specialized mixers are typically constructed from high-grade materials, capable of withstanding the harsh chemicals and extreme forces involved in propellant mixing. They often feature robust mixing blades, designed to ensure thorough blending of the viscous propellant ingredients. Moreover, the mixing chambers themselves are often sealed and pressurized to prevent the escape of volatile chemicals and maintain a controlled environment during the mixing process. Section 6. Solid fuel versus liquid fuel, a question of capabilities. The Houthis' reliance on solid-fueled missiles stems from the inherent advantages that this type of propellant offers, particularly in the context of guerrilla warfare. Compared to their liquid-fueled counterparts, solid-fueled missiles are simpler to operate, require less sophisticated infrastructure for storage and launch, and are generally more reliable. These advantages are particularly relevant for the Houthis, who operate in a fluid battlefield environment, often lacking the logistical tail and technical expertise required for maintaining and operating complex liquid-fueled missile systems. Solid-fueled missiles, on the other hand, can be stored for extended periods, require minimal pre-launch preparation, and can be launched from relatively rudimentary platforms, making them ideal for hit-and-run tactics.